All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. This is Jean here from Authentic Energy. We are live today. I know it's a surprise. I'm usually here every Wednesday and Saturday, as you know, record a video, but sometimes here and there I'll throw in a surprise by going live. So, welcome, welcome. Let me know where is everybody tuning in from. If you're surprised, if you're new here, if you're not new here, write it in the comment below. Where are you tuning in from? Okay, we can use the chat box to interact with each other, and you can also throw out questions, throughout the live session here. And that is the beauty of doing live. Actually, I really love doing live, but like I don't really, due to like lifestyle and like busy schedules and stuff, I can't always do live, but I'm always happy when I'm live here. Okay, so if you're watching live right now, just write in a comment, where are you tuning in from? Okay, I would love to see some of our regulars here. So today I want to address the whole postpartum body image issues. Okay, and because I am a mom, I'm also going through my second pregnancy, and I've been talking to a lot of moms in terms of their postpartum body recoveries, postpartum body image, postpartum challenges. And also, this is the topic I have spoken many times before as well. And you can check out my playlist on prenatal and postnatal health, right? So I have addressed this many times, but I feel like it is actually very important for me to speak about it on my channel here. So not just like keeping them in like private conversations. And even though like the trends are changing, I know the times are different now, and more women, more and more mothers are getting more information and more knowledge and also empowerment from different sources. But I still feel like there are some common beliefs, right? They're not necessarily healthy. Okay, there's still some common beliefs that affect how us women see our body postpartum, right? Especially dealing with the body changes, and also how these common beliefs really kind of like influence our relationship with our body, and also influence the way we see our body recovery, and also influences the way we perceive ourselves, like our self-worth and also our body after giving birth. So I want to address these four common beliefs here today. Okay, it is kind of like in-depth like conversation kind of like video here today. So if you're a mom and you're watching right now, I'd love to hear from you. Write anything in your comment below. I would love to hear about your postpartum experience, or if you're a mom to be, I would also love to hear from you. Okay, so I've written down here, I've got my notes here, right? There are four common beliefs that really affect us women, especially during postpartum. Okay. The first thing here is BB. Okay. Have a good guess. What does BB stand for? Okay. It's very obvious, right? To some of you, and some of you might have already guessed it. Okay. I'm just going to take the lid off my pen and write it down. BB stands for bounce back. Bounce back, right? How many times have you heard about you gotta bounce back to your pre-pregnancy body, or you may have put that pressure on yourself to want to bounce back to your pre-pregnancy body. Okay, so the first thing that a lot of mothers, new moms or seasoned moms face is that, okay, I gotta bounce back to my pre-pregnancy body. Okay, and it's not just like when I speak to so many moms out there, everybody is like, "Hi, Fabio, good to have you here." What time is in Brazil right now? Thank you for watching. A lot of moms will be like saying, yes, the majority of the moms I've spoken to said that the pressure of bouncing back to the pre-pregnancy body comes from themselves, right? They tell themselves to do that. It's not necessarily something from their families or friends, right? But the thing is, I want you girls, if you're one of those girls who has been telling yourself that I have to bounce back to my pre-pregnancy body, okay, giving yourself that pressure, right? I want you to actually quieten down your mind and ask yourself, okay, where did you get this idea from? Because it is actually not your idea, right? You think that that voice comes from myself inside, but all our beliefs, all our values and mindset, they actually come from a different source. They come from some kind of external source, right? So just think about, where did you hear about this idea that women have to, like postpartum moms have to actually bounce back at some stage, or one of their job is to bounce back to the pre-pregnancy body? Who told you that in the first place? Where did you hear that idea? right? So this is something I would like to, like I would like you to inquire, okay? If you feel like that voice comes from yourself, right? So this belief, the belief that, women have to bounce back to the pre-pregnancy body is actually a very, stressful and a very toxic kind of idea that's being tossed around, right? If you look at the magazines, all the magazines promote celebrities, after having baby, wow, look how fast they bounce back to their like pre-pregnancy body, J Lo, you name it, like any kind of celebrities, right? I mean, yes, celebrities do have a particular job demand, right? Because they're in the entertainment business, and they, due to contract and different, demands, they probably do feel the pressure to bounce back, right? But I'm just saying that's a different scenario. But I don't feel like they necessarily set a realistic example and expectation for us women. Like, we're the commoners, right? We are now working in the entertainment industry, and that's changing too, right? We see more and more plus size and also different body entertainers out there nowadays as well. So, like what I'm trying to say is that they're not setting a realistic example for us women out there, the majority of us, to, like to be inspired, that, basically sending out the message that, what, it is a great thing if you can, like, you are better if you can bounce back quickly, if you can lose all the weight fast as possible, the quicker the better, right? So like it doesn't matter, I feel like it doesn't matter what culture you're from, like whether if you're from the Asian culture or the Western culture, or, like different other cultures. I feel like in every culture there is some kind of like, that body image expectation for moms to change the body, like, to get rid of that pregnancy body change and to quickly go back, right? So those that go back to their pre-pregnancy body are seen, like, are considered like, wow, amazing, great example, pride, whatever word that, that's tossed around out there. So I feel like this is actually a very unhealthy belief and a kind of like toxic belief that's actually affecting women, affecting mothers worldwide, right? And so what you can do, like, to combat this, right, is actually to question. Firstly, inquire, right? Question, where does this belief come from? Who made me, what kind of source made me believe that I have to bounce back to my pre-pregnancy body, right? And why? Also ask yourself the why. Like, why do I want to bounce back, right? And of course, you can write your comments, you can write your answers in the comment here. And everyone has, without judgment, like honestly, without judgment, everybody has different, reasons for wanting to go back to pre-pregnancy body, right? Could be due to many different things, right? But I will also want you to like really go deep and, like really question the why. And also at the same time, while you questioning that, I want you to understand that it took you 9 to 10 months, right, for your body to grow a new human being, right? And your body has gone through such a tremendous experience of change to grow a human being. And also childbirth itself is such a big, and it's a traumatic experience too for many of us, right? Like it's a very huge, like surgery or procedure to pop a baby out, whether if it's C-section or vaginal birth. Oh my God, it's a huge, huge journey, right? So your body has gone through so many like experiences and changes. It doesn't just bounce back like that. Okay. Like in most cases, our body, even though, it will change again, like after giving birth, after some time, postpartum, your body will change again. But it really all comes down to like your recovery, your physical recovery, right? And also it comes down to so many factors such as like genetics, lifestyle, right? Nutrition, hormones, right? Body composition, and also your like did I mention lifestyle already? Yes. And your emotions and stress. There's so many like factors, that come into this space to influence, your body shape, your weight, right? And also like sleep or lack of sleep. A lot of these factors can come in, right? So I feel like, for postpartum moms, like new moms, our priority should really be on our recovery, like healthy recovery. And I'll speak a little bit more about the recovery and also how that is related to weight loss, okay, in our last point. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about weight loss in the last point, okay? Now, the second common belief that affects a lot of women, a lot of moms in postpartum body is that people would think that it's normal to, let's see, compare. It's normal to compare bodies, like one body to another. And very often as women, we'll compare our body, our postpartum body, to another woman's postpartum body. Right, like it's very natural. It's almost like a very natural thing to do, and like no one's there to blame you or to judge you for doing that, right? And I mean, the behavioral comparing, I've spoken about this before. The behavioral comparing is really like, the thief of joy, right? And they talk about that, right? They say that, comparison is really the thief of joy, and it is. And not only it's a thief of joy, and in my language I'll say that when you compare, you are actually letting someone else or some other energies steal your power. You're actually allowing yourself to lose your power when you're comparing. Why? Because you're actually allowing that, the fact that, okay, maybe so and so has a skinnier body than me, so and so probably only spend, I don't know, 2 months or a month to bounce back. And then when you're doing that, when you're looking at what other people have or what seems to be better than you, you're already making yourself inferior. You're already making yourself like not good enough, right? So where is your power? Where is your confidence, right? It's gone. It's not here. Or maybe part of it is already lost because you give that power, you give that confidence to someone else because you feel like someone else has that thing that makes them better than you, right? And so this is actually where whenever people compare, and also I do that too, I catch myself comparing. The first thing I tell myself is that, okay, you're not being yourself. You're not being your authentic self. You're letting your power go to someone else, right? Which is true because when we're comparing, we're in the state of, what is our state of mind like? We're in the state of being very, kind of unhappy, depressed, and low, right? We're being small. Yeah, we're being like, oh, why can this woman, why why can they like lose so much weight in such a short period of time? Why can't I do it? Why has it been like a year and my body's still like this? And then the other moms, they just look like they never had a baby. Why? Okay, once again, girlfriend, everyone's body is different, everyone's journey is different, right? So instead of like focusing on other people's bodies, right, we have to move that focus and shift that focus back to ourselves, like focus on ourselves. And this is the best way we can actually increase our power, increase our confidence, not just for, ourselves, but for our body, for, our motherhood abilities, because we have to confidently learn about our own bodies, right? Like, how is my body like unique? Why is my body different? Everyone's body is different, right? Metabolism is different too. And not to mention different age, right? Like we have so many different moms from different age groups these days as well. And like, we don't have to think that because we are older moms, so that we we end up with like, like ugly looking postpartum body, right? I don't think we need to really label it like that and think that, oh, the younger moms, they bounce back faster, or they can always have a skinnier body kind of thing, right? We just have to kind of like really look at it like like very, neutrally, from a scientific perspective, right? So I feel like, when we learn the science, educate ourselves about how every body, like body, physical body is different, and how, women go through the body changes, through pregnancy and through childbirth and postpartum. When we learn the actual, like, the science back information behind it, right, we are actually empowering ourselves. We're actually elevating ourselves without, buying into all the conventional and the social influences about, like, yeah, the skinnier the better, or you're supposed to bounce back, you're supposed to do it all, right? I mean, it's crazy for women to actually be under that expectation that you have to have it all, right? You got to be a perfect mother, breastfeeding, have it all under control, still looking good, and like have your body bounce back and please your husband, for example. What else? And be all there, or be able to like go back to work right away. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy because postpartum period is a very big transformative phase. It's a big, like, challenging and chaotic phase. Actually, I can tell you this 100%. Like, I don't mean to cover or like mask any truth, because like honestly I struggle big time, and I'll talk a bit more about that next time. My baby blues and also my own struggles. I know I don't speak too much about it in public, but I feel like it's time right now. It's the right time for me to like feel, I feel connected with my identity as a mother now. And I feel like I do need to speak up about the different struggles and the challenges us new moms go through. And I know that there are many of you out there watching. You are moms, whether if you're new mom or seasoned moms. Like there's something here that we can all like relate to, right? So I feel like it's my responsibility to make a contribution in the space of supporting moms, and also just to use my platform to voice up, right? Whether if some of you may not like this kind of content, but that's okay. I still appreciate you being here. But some of you, this could be very useful for some of you, right? So want you to know that you're not alone, right? If you feel like you're suffering from some kind of postpartum body image struggles or different, like a lack of support, I'm here for you. All right. So now that brings us to the next belief, the common belief, one of the common beliefs that affect women in their postpartum image. Okay, this is LS. I wrote here LS. L stands for loose skin. Aha, loose skin. Isn't that one of the concerns we always have, whether if we're pregnant or not? And S stands for stretch marks. Okay, stretch marks. Okay, loose skin and stretch marks. Okay, why do I have to mention these? That is because, conventionally, loose skin stretch marks are considered like ugly, disgusting, and they ruin our aesthetics, right? Like they ruin the beauty of our body. And it's very common to have loose skin and stretch skin after giving birth, right? After pregnancy, after having babies. Okay. And it's very common for moms to like, look for solutions to get rid of them. Okay. So what I can share with you guys is that firstly, okay, look for the right science-based information again on like what causes loose skin, what causes like stretch marks during your pregnant body changes, right? Like really educate yourself with that, okay, to understand why. And then secondly, what you can do is stop labeling. Let's stop labeling that having loose skin, having stretch marks is a bad thing. Okay, for people that don't have them, they're lucky, right? So again, it is that kind of comparison, situation where people don't have them, they're better than me. Okay, they're luckier. Okay, we have to stop the labeling, because when we label that, we'll immediately think that if we end up with like loose skin or stretch marks, then oh my god, like I've had such a bad pregnancy, or my god, why is my you start to put a lot of like bad energy into your journey, like your postpartum or your pregnancy journey, right? Like I would love everyone to really appreciate like your journey, like your pregnancy and your postpartum journey as something that you have achieved for yourself, right? Despite everything, right? That you got to give yourself that pat on the shoulder. More than that, okay? Throw yourself a party to celebrate that milestone, this big achievement that you've grown a human being, right? And you're a mother now. Like there's just so much. It is a huge thing, right? Why do we have to give away our power? Why do we have to give away our pride simply because, oh, we end up with some loose skin and stretch marks or cellulite on our body, right? Or the weight gain, right? I'll talk about that in a second, right? So I feel like it's actually really unfair, right? What we do to ourselves as women, right? Like I said we because I've done it to myself as well, right? Focusing on the little things, focusing on the body changes, whilst ignoring the big picture being that we've given birth, we've grown a human being. It's a miracle, right? It is absolutely a miracle to actually conceive, to have a human being, right? And then to give birth safely, healthily, and to like have your baby in your arms. It is such a miracle. Like one of the things I heard while, I was looking at this issue, right? I remember I was reminded that one of the things one of the postpartum experts said, which really, really resonated with me, is that, while a lot of new moms worry about weight gain, body changes, stretch marks and loose skin, have we not forgotten that at the same time, there are many women out there who are struggling with fertility right now, who are struggling to conceive right now, right? So when she said that, like, it was like a wake up call for me. And thinking that, we are so blessed. We are so blessed to be able to have babies, right? To conceive, to give birth to our babies, right? And there are women out there, who suffer from miscarriages, who may have, different, I'll say, tragic results with their pregnancies. And also there are women that are struggling to conceive right now. And I really feel for, the moms out there like that. And while we actually, are blessed to be mothers, to have healthy babies, yet we choose to focus on the small things like body changes, weight gain, loose skin, and things like that, right? And then it's really stealing the joy. Like if you think about it, it's really stealing the joy from motherhood. It's really stealing the joy from, recognizing it as a miracle, recognizing it as a huge achievement and milestone. That's something that a lot of women want to have. They will do anything to have, right? They will swap positions with you to have, right? So if we look at the bigger picture here, that we are mothers, our babies are healthy, we're here together, then the loose skin and stretch marks, just understand why they're there in the first place scientifically, and recognize them as the testament to your strength and your resilience and what your body can do. So you will move on, you'll move past this very quickly, right? I know at first, if you never had loose skin or stretch marks on your body before, it might be a bit of a shock and it may take some time for you to accept them. It is okay. Like, I want you to be 100% okay, giving yourself the time to accept the body changes. But, like, instead of doing the negative self-talk or the self-sabotaging kind of like talk, why don't we turn around and start becoming compassionate, start becoming self-compassionate, and also start giving yourself that kindness, right? All about love. Change from hate to love. All right, now the last one, LW. What's LW? Lose weight. Okay, so I know I mentioned that I will talk about lose weight loss, right? I want to put it last. Okay. So weight loss is very closely tied into the first point of bouncing back, right? Bouncing back to a pre-pregnancy body. But this is like really, 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 really like focused on the body weight and the body shape, right? Whereas like bounce back could also imply, which I forgot to mention, could also imply that, physical function, right? We have to heal, recover physically, and then to repair or restore our physical functions so that, we will like to hope that, our bodily function, our physical function could be, as strong or the same, as agile as before we gave birth. Whereas like lose weight part, it's really to do with like how we perceive ourselves in the mirror, right? Like the shape that we see, that body silhouette we see after giving birth. And it's very common, like while right now I'm conducting a survey with many postpartum moms, or like moms that have given birth many years ago. And I found that losing weight is not the number one priority. For some reason, losing weight is not the number one priority for the moms, okay, which is also good to see. But however, lose weight is the third most important priorities for a lot of women. So for a lot of moms, right? And it is understandable because I've been there. I know how it feels when your body has gained like, I'll say large amount of weight that you've never seen in your life, right? Like you've never been this big in your life. And this is like the first time in your life that you probably feel like you're the biggest, right? So it can be a bit of a shock, but also at the same time, we have to understand that this weight gain, right, was a gradual process. We gradually put on the weight, and this weight gain was necessary. It was a necessary weight gain that we needed for growing the baby, right? And Naturally, I'll tell you girls this, okay? If you want to know the secret to lose weight and all that, right? I'm not going to give you all the tricks and the strategies here today because it really varies, but I'll make a separate video about it, okay? But I want you girls to remember this, okay? Postpartum, your number one focus should be your physical recovery, a healthy recovery. Don't rush through it. And that physical recovery may look different for everyone. Some people may just need 3 to 4 months, okay? Some people may need about 6 months. Some people may need up to a year or maybe a bit more in terms of physical recovery. So, physical recovery, I'm referring to things like your pelvic floor health. Okay, this is like actually one of the most important things that a lot of people don't address or they don't focus on, right? But really, talk to your doctor, talk to your midwife, OBGYN, your who else, your physiotherapist about pelvic floor, right? Because pelvic floor is essentially where everything's happening, where where we carry the baby, where we push the baby out, right? When that whole region, the pelvis, pelvic floor has gone through so many like trauma. Could I say the word trauma again? Not in a bad way, but it is, a lot of injuries and trauma and like really huge tremendous kind of like actions. It's very common, like most of us have some kind of pelvic floor sort of like injuries or dysfunctions, which we need time in postpartum to recover, to actually what's the word, heal. Okay, so pelvic floor, that's part of your physical recovery, but also like joints, back, right? Low back pain, that's also like a very common issue, right? And also hormones, right? Because our hormones postpartum will continue to be kind of like fluctuating. And also, a lot of us choose to breastfeed for a certain period of time, right? So while we're breastfeeding, our body can also go through changes, right? So there's so many things our body needs time to recover, right? And I'll say, your body will not be the same. Okay. Your body will not be the same as pre pregnancy because pre pregnancy, you never had a baby. Okay. So your body is totally different. But after having a baby, because you already made a space and your body went through the changes and your hormones remember, right? Your body had the baby. So postpartum, your body is actually not the same, right? And instead of like focusing on losing weight, like I want everyone to remember this, right? We need to focus on healthy recovery. And when we actually can achieve a healthy body recovery, this will actually make your weight loss, your weight management a lot easier in the second stage, right? So the way I like to teach this is that, the first stage is really focusing on body recovery. Don't ignore any pains or discomfort or like yeah, it's very common for women to have like urine leakage as well, right? I'm not gonna lie, I also had that. Okay, so focus on like really working with a physiotherapist, with a specialist to fix that, right? Don't leave it till like later and think that weight loss is more important than other like lower back pain or pelvic floor dysfunctions. Really, really, if you feel like there's any discomfort or pain in your body, focus on like healing, focus on recovering those first, right? And also together with like your healthy you need to have like enough rest and relaxation, right? Have enough sleep. And also if you feel like you're going through some kind of like emotional ups and downs, focus on like working with a coach on that as well, right? Because this is actually way more important, like where like your emotional well-being, your mental well-being is way more important than like the need to lose weight. Seriously. So all of these I've mentioned here are part of your healthy recovery, right? Yeah, not to mention nutrition. Give yourself the right amount of nutrition, the right nutrition, right? And if you don't know what is a good postpartum nutrition, you can come and talk to me. Okay. So yeah, so these things are all part of your healthy recovery. And when you can do your healthy recovery right, and trust me, your weight loss will become a lot easier. Right. And it's only when you are not really kind of spending time or you're not focusing too much on your healthy recovery, but you rush into weight loss. That is when, like you could see maybe some temporary result, but then the weight might bounce back, or, you may end up with a lot of different, body issues or like health conditions that you don't want to have for like, have it like as a prolonged kind of like condition, right? We don't want that to happen to any of you. So long story short, you know, healthy recovery will give you easier body weight management. Okay, so this is like, my philosophy, and also it's proven to work. I've seen that from a lot of different women's. Even though I'm a new mom, I say this is because I have like evidence-based information, science-based information to see that, okay, when you actually focus on physical recovery first, however long it takes, we have to be patient, right? And also we have to get our doctors okay when it comes to like, wanting to start a new routine, whether if it's like exercise or different kind of diet, right? We have to make sure that our body is recovering first, right? So when that's done well, then the weight loss part can become a lot easier, right? And before I end today's video, I just want to say that don't focus on bouncing back. Let's focus on bouncing forward, right? Like, to quote my good friend Catherine's words, bounce forward, right? Look at your body as like a brand new body, okay? And because giving birth, as I mentioned in my latest newsletter, that in Chinese culture, when we see a woman going through postpartum, we see it as a reset. Like, it's a great opportunity for the woman's body to have a total reset, right? So when you do a good postpartum recovery, postpartum care, you are actually helping your body become stronger and healthier, right? So that you actually end up with a total new body, right? So you're bouncing forward. And I would love like you girls to think that, my body can be a better body. Okay, think of this way. My body actually can become a better body postpartum, right? I don't need to look back to the body I had before pregnancy and think that that is the golden standard. Why don't we set a new golden standard where you can be stronger, right? You can be stronger, healthier, more energetic, and what else, stronger mentally as well after becoming a mother. That should be our new golden standard, right? So this is something I want to end today's video with, right? Let's bounce forward together. And for those of you who are interested to work with me, or if you're looking for some kind of support, like mother support or mom group, right? I have this brand new program called Mama Glow. It's a 4-week coaching program. Okay, you will get your Herbalife nutrition. As part of the program, you'll get your guidebook, nutrition guide, and also you will have 4 weeks of live coaching, group coaching with me and a group of mamas in a very safe and private environment. Okay. And plus, because this is the pilot round, I'm also offering a, complimentary one-to-one coaching, private coaching for those of you who enroll today. And between today and when? Okay, today and also the first week of May, right? You can get that special. Okay. So, I welcome, all the mamas to come and check this out. And if you like my style, if you also want to be part of a mom group, right? Mama Glow is for you. You can click on the link in the description. I put the link in the description. You can click on the link, check out the details. If you have any questions, you can email me, right? nutrition@authenticenergy.co, or you can reach out to me on my Instagram or Facebook, Authentic Energy. Just look for Authentic Energy and I am there. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this live here today. I feel like it was a very long rant, but it's something that I'm very passionate about. And I am actually shifting my focus to working with more moms, right? And of course, if you're a guy watching, I know a lot of you guys are like, long-term supporters of the channel. And I love you and thank you so much. And of course, that this can be helpful for a lot of moms that a lot of women that please share the video. Please, share the channel with them, right? If you find anything useful here. Okay. All right. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you're new. And I guess I'm signing out here. And thank you for joining me here live, everybody. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay. And if you have questions, just write it in the comment below. Oh, I see Fabio dropping me another note. I didn't know you are here the whole time, Fabio. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you. Yes. I know you've been sharing a lot of amazing stuff here with me on the channel and also like on Instagram, right? So I really appreciate you, Fabio. Bye, and thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.